Life is about progressive overloading. Same in the gym. It's all progressive overloading. Just like in the gym, you have to add more weight to stress your body, right? To put your body to the limit so your body can get used to that weight, right? Even if you don't hit it, as long as you can lift it, right? Get comfortable with it, your body's slowly gonna get used to it. You have to keep adding weight to continue to grow. If you keep if you keep the weight the same and it's easy, it's not hard, then you're honestly, you're not going backwards, but you're not going forwards. You're just staying neutral. You're not progressing. You're just staying where you are. And same thing in life. If you're not constantly evolving, constantly learning, you're gonna stay behind, right? You need to be constantly learning because the times, right? You got to keep up with the times. Time's always changing. Like literally every half a decade, 5 years to a decade, 10 years, right? So every 5 to 10 years, life is always changing. The economy, the society is always changing in some way, many different ways. So if you're not able to comfortably change with the society, then, you're gonna be left behind. But it's funny, right? So in the last video, I mentioned how everyone loves to, try to fit in and like not be an outlier, try to fit in and do all this recreational stuff, smoking and vaping because they think it's cool. It's funny how they think, maybe even you yourself, right? You think that it's cool to do that, right? You can easily adjust to that, right? Because it looks cool, but you can't adjust to the way the economy is changing, right? You can't adjust to that financially, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Like you can't adjust to it. You can't adjust to that, but you can adjust to trying to fit in with other people, try to look cool, and really look goofy, right? So that's what I'm talking about, right? When you progressively overload in life, you're always learning, you're constantly elevating yourself in every way possible, then life will slowly start to, no matter what's going on currently in your life, it'll start to get a little better, right? And even if it doesn't, even if you don't see much progress, it's just the building steps, right? All of that is temporary if you let it be temporary, right? So you need to keep it to the point where you can always find a way to elevate yourself, always learning something new, picking up on a new skill. The world is about value, right? Learn a new skill and ignore that music. All right, I might have to speak a little louder, but you know what I'm saying, right? You have to constantly evolve. It's like evolution, right? In biology and all that, you talk about evolution, evolving. You have to evolve as a human, right? That's what you need to do. Evolve. If you're not evolving, you're just, it's like you're a bug, right? It's like you're very small, irrelevant bug. It's like you're an ant, right? You're not important, right? You want to be important. You want people to respect you. All of that good stuff. You really need to evolve. You need to constantly be elevating yourself. There's always room for improvement. No one's perfect. No one should be perfect, right? If anyone says they're perfect, they're trying to be little Mr. or Miss Perfect, that honestly holds them back more than it propels them because they are afraid of making mistakes. They're afraid of taking the risks. That's why perfect people don't always end up where they deserve to end up, right? Because everything has to be perfect, right? Not everything has to be perfect. Not everything has to be even in place. It'll be scattered all over the place, but it will slowly start coming together as you're learning. It's like building a ginormous puzzle. That's like building a ginormous puzzle and you're trying to scavenger hunt your way to where you want to get to. That's what that is. That's what's the most important thing, right? And like I said, even in the gym, man, when you go hard, like you hear the fitness influencers and the fitness gurus always say, oh, you need to do 3 or 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps, right? The only thing that's true about that is if you do compound lifts, that's where you get the most growth, and no isolation movements, just all compound. 8 reps, 8 to 12 is honestly for hypertrophy, which helps you build the strength. It helps with your strength too, but really if you do less reps, like let's say 4 to 6 reps, it really helps for size. It helps with strength too, but you also put on more size because of the stress that you put your body under. In life, you have to progressively overload so you can put your mental, physical, every part of your body and mind into a certain level of stress, but that's manageable. You have to be able to manage the stress now, right? There's different ways to go about it, but that's why a lot of people don't do it, because they feel you know, it's too much, it's too overwhelming. Well, sadly, you're gonna have to do that. If you really want to elevate in life, if you really want to take it to the next level, that's what you're gonna have to do, straight up. You know, there's really no other easy way to go about it. Obviously, you wish there was, but there isn't. So you kind of just got to get used to it. You kind of got to embrace it, right? Embrace the hardship, embrace the struggle, embrace the pain, right? It's gonna, like I said, it's hard to do it, but if you're disciplined enough, it'll start to slowly feel like second nature. But that's only if you really want it bad enough, right? Progressive overload. You always overload. Like when I say overload, it's not like, you know, doing too much, but like stack, keep stacking. Levels. There's levels to this. Always. So overload with levels, right? Don't try to move to the next step if you haven't mastered what you're currently at. Once you master it, then you move to the next step. Do what you gotta do, master it, then move up, right? There's always something. You'll be surprised. There's always something, all right? So always remember to progressively overload if you're in the fitness, in the gym, because I'm telling you that fitness guru stuff about that, other than that, does not work. You might be able to get away with that most of the time if you have good genetics, but man, you gotta push yourself. You have to push your body to the limit. Okay, you have to go into a failure, and people don't like when I say that. Oh, go to a failure. Why? That hurts too much. Well, yeah, it's supposed to hurt. That's how your body's gonna get used to it. Scientifically, you have to break down your muscles. Your muscles literally break down and then start to regrow to get bigger and thicker. That's how you know, scientific, you know, science is, right? It has to break down, just in the environment, it has to break down. So as a human, you need to break your body down, break down your mind, erase the negativity, break out of this limited mindset and this negativity, and you have to slowly rebuild your mind or rebuild your body into the powerful mind or body that you want. You have to, and that's to go to a failure. Without that, there is no growth. Without failure, there's no progression. Without failure, there's no growth. All right? But that's simply put. That's the end of this video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Comment, like, subscribe. Comment down below any other future videos you may want to see or have me cover. And if this really resonated with you, save the video. Obviously, rewatch it. Do what you got to do. If you know someone who needs to see this video desperately, you know, share it. All right? Share it. Let them know. Because honestly, I know there's always at least one person that you may know that my videos can at least relate to. At least one person, you'd be like, and even if not, right? At least you. It'll make you look at life from a different perspective, because life's about perspective. But that's it for the end of this video. Until next time, I'm gonna see you on the next one.